Hello everyone and welcome to the And More Bus Videos YouTube channel. I'm More Bus Videos, otherwise known as And More Central, and welcome to another video on OMSI 2, the bus simulator once again. Will you join me in Smarden? It has been a while since we've driven in Smarden. I drove it on the And More Central channel before we moved the series over when the map first released, and I haven't really visited it since. However, for the bus that we're driving, and I'm going to introduce this lovely repaint in a second, it's the perfect size route because the bus isn't that big, and hopefully the service that we're driving today, the bus will get round. It has been a while since I've driven the route, so this is going to go quite interestingly. So let's hope it all goes to plan. So in front of us is SK63KMX, a Wright street light, a Cummins engined Wright street light. In the new Solent blue livery, as in the new sort of first bus for the Solent, Hampshire kind of area, their new blue livery for vehicles that operate in the Portsmouth and surrounding areas. As you will all know, within one of the previous videos I've done, Southampton is going to be closing. Southampton City Reds are going to cease operating. And at the time that they've announced that they're going to cease operating, Solent have launched this blue brand, and it's assumed that quite a lot of the streetlights and things are going to end up transferring up to Portsmouth, going into this blue livery and replacing some of the older vehicles that they currently have in use there. So I must say the repaint looks quite nice. There are variations on the streetlights and the street decks, as I believe they are now getting some street decks there as well. And we'll be driving the street deck repaint in a future videos. I do want to drive in that as well because the liveries are very nice. And I will show you just the basic interior. So we've got the nice hello welcome from Solent, and then behind us a very nice band at the back. Obviously, with it being first, the interior is still quite basic, but I must say that the repaint looks incredibly nice, and with the weather that we're driving in on the map, hopefully we'll be able to make most of the livery and see it in the sunlight. So we'll get the vehicle set up now. This is the Studio Polygon Lite, otherwise known as the Street Light, created by Studio Polygon. It is a payware product.
September 15th, 2019.
There we go. It is a payware product available on the Steam website for a reasonable price. They also do sales and things, so do keep an eye out for the sales. Now we need... I presume we're not going to either of those places. Where are we going? Oh, with the 304, that's why. So we're doing the 304 today, not the 314. Let's just try that again. I was looking like, huh. There we go, that's more like it. So we're doing the 304 series from Blute Meadow, or however you pronounce it, to here. No, that's the wrong one. Let's put that on, and then... I can't remember the pin, so we're going to drive and without the pin today, unless there's no post-it. So yeah, we'll drive without that. We'll just get the passenger on because they've been waiting long enough and we are now slightly late. And we will make a move. So we're driving from here, that is Butte Meadow, all the way up to Wantsum bus station. It's been a while since we've driven the 304, so I'm quite excited for this. Genuinely cannot believe I've forgotten the pin code for that. It'll be somewhere, but for now, we'll drive like this, and for the next video, I'll get it all sorted. So yeah, I've got to remember. Oh my goodness me. Okay, I've got to remember that this is an incredibly tight map, and I think I might have balls it up at the first corner already. Let's try that again then, shall we? I didn't realise how tight that was going to be, so we'll just... So yeah, something that you've got to consider is, on this map, you have to utilise the road. If the road is wide like that, that's what you have to utilise. So it's like this, for example. There we go. That fits through. So it has been a while since I've driven this route, so as I said, just bear with me if there's bits of it that I can't remember. I don't know why that's facing that way. Does that mean that there's traffic coming towards me as well? It's never a good sign. So the last time I drove on this map as well, I also drove the short wheelbase street light, not the 10.8 metre that we're driving in this video. The 10.8 metre being the smallest size street light that First Bus ordered themselves, ordered new. The key phrase in that is ordered new, because they have got some slightly smaller streetlights in Glasgow that they bought second hand. I also did forget how tight this route was, or this map was, I am going to admit. But yeah, it was quite nice. In fairness, it was probably quite good that on the first corner I had that stark reminder of having to take turns and things wide, because otherwise I don't think this would have ended quite that well. I think we've gone the wrong way. Yeah, we have. We've gone the wrong way. Fully missed that left turn. Let's try again. This is going well. At least this way, with the sunlight, we can admire the nice livery. I might actually, in fairness, take a screenshot so it's not just a fully wasted trek, because the livery does actually look really, really nice. That's why I'm driving this video, because I just driving this bus in the video, because when I saw the repaint release, sometimes you just look at stuff and you go, it's just a really nice livery, and then when it comes into game, it's just as nice. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes liveries aren't best replicated in game, or you see them in real life and think that's good, and then realise and go, hang on a second, probably actually not that good. But this is one of those repaints that I've seen photos of it, and then seen it sort of in the game as well, and I'm like, hang on, that is actually really, really nice livery. So let's try again. Note to self, route arrows can be quite high. Let's just keep an eye on them. I also need to keep an eye on what they all say, because those ones are quite high. This is going well. There we go. Yay, and someone's wanting to jump on. So all of those tight roads weren't useless. And because I'm feeling generous, everybody's getting a free ride today. There we go. I'm also very glad I've currently got the cars on a very, very low setting. I feel otherwise this wouldn't be the nicest of drives, safe to say. I do just want to clarify though, there are cars, there you go, there are cars on the map. It isn't like low to a degree that there's no cars, there are cars running around, it's just the setting's slightly lower than what I normally have it on. I forgot how much I do like the challenge of this map. I think because it's so tight, obviously it gives this idea like you're in some very rural villages and places that were basically like hundreds of years old, that were never intended for buses of this size. Because you're driving like round areas like that, it gives us totally different atmosphere to what you're doing. And obviously a bus like this, like a 10.8 metre street light, is quite nice because it obviously demonstrates probably one of the bigger buses you can get round the routes. without having to do something that's epically small. There we go, we are going to want some bus stations, so let's keep going round this way. But yeah, I just got to say that the repaint is absolutely lovely. I will be driving the street deck variation of the repaint as well in due course, so don't worry about that, because there's a street light and the street deck of this. It's got to be now high up as one of my favourite more recent repaint releases. So definitely has to be up there. And I also forgot how nice the street light is on routes like this. Nice and steady. I wouldn't want to drive it on Oatford, where you just spend most of your time on main A roads, because it would get a bit tedious. That's like the Veiling kind of thing. But on a map like this, where you've got these sort of steady rural bits, like long country lanes, and then you've got your tight villages, this street light is nippy enough to get around them. So it's nippy and agile enough. As I think the real test for that was recently driving the Olympian. It kind of put life into quite harsh perspective as to how much I do sometimes absolutely like cane buses around corners when I was trying to do it on the school run in the previous video, and I was sort of there going, hang on a sec, I should be driving this fast around these corners, because you could feel the entire bus tipping. So yeah, note to self for future in this game. Don't drive the Olympian in the same way that I drive the Veiling. So I think I'll be making a couple more videos on this map. I do have another street light first bus related repaint I do want to drive very soon, so I will probably be doing that in the next video, I think. Well, not the next, yeah, probably not the directly next video, because I want a change of bus. Most likely going to be the Solent Decker, but I do want to change vehicle in between, or something like that. I'll sort something out, but at least one or two videos into the future, I am hoping to have a little drive of another this 10.8 meter street light, but in another repaint, because I think the repaint, you when you watch the video you'll understand what I mean. But the repaint is significant because from what I've read recently, the whole brand of the concept they're getting shut of it, so just that kind of thing. Nothing too exciting. So I'm also quite glad that I brought the 10.8 Lite, because we are starting to get a couple of people on. That was also taxed to the curb moment, but we ignore that. Aldi out of nowhere. At the time of filming this, I am still looking into getting the Optare Solo bus mod. I honestly haven't decided whether I'm getting it yet with all the mixed reviews and things. I don't know yet. I know it has two variations, the 8.5 meter and the 9.2 meter. But I've just not heard many good things. Just make sure we are left. Just not heard many good things about the sounds, and from the videos I've watched, I'm still not impressed. So I'm still sort of hanging on. Still hanging on for a new sort of sound fix to come to that. That I imagine will happen in due course, hopefully. And so I'm waiting for something like that to rock up. But we'll see what happens. That or a Steam sale kind of thing that tempts me enough. don't know why you walked a couple of metres past the bus stop, because I'm going to stop at the bus stop. In all honesty, I didn't know where I was going to stop before I actually stopped, but you see, that's the bit of trivia with driving a street light. Look, there's someone hiding in a bush here, goodness me. Very, very busy today. We're actually late as well, oh dear. You know timetable's tight when I'm running late. Oh look, a decker on the 304, there we go. Always good to see something like a decker on it, because it kind of proves that I'm not about to go down a road and not fit. It's always a good sign. A route I am wanting to drive very soon, because I haven't actually driven it yet, even though the map's been out a fair bit now, is the full longer length 349 route. I'm thinking of maybe driving that in the next video I do on this map, but we shall see what happens. Let me know if that is something that does interest you. Let me know in the comments, because it is something I am actively interested in. Actively interested in driving at some point, and when I got a bit of time. Bizarrely enough, at the moment I do. Something else I must say on that front as well, because with how I'm filming these videos at the moment, I haven't had chance to say it because I've been that busy nattering about everything else. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who has moved, obviously, from the Ammo Central channel to this channel, and continue to watch the OMSI 2 stuff. In all honesty, oh, that was quite tight. In all honesty, when I first moved the series over, I was a little bit nervous that not that many of you would move over to watch it as well. And the more recent ratings have proved me epically wrong on that front. So a big, big thank you to you all. I'm glad that as well a lot of you have stayed on, and you've all stayed on at the Ammo Central channel as well, because I do promise you that the content on that channel, as I've sort of freed up the space by moving this series across, and the backseat bus videos being devoted to this channel. On the main channel, Ammo Central, there's going to be a lot of exciting series and stuff coming up. Something that you will have already seen by the time this video's out is, even though there were Christmas specials and stuff like that, I am going to be bringing the races, the public transport races, back in a more prominent form. Oh my goodness, okay. In a more prominent form for for 2023. So that's something I'm quite excited about. That's one of the new things that we're going to pave the way for on the channel. But by moving this on here, it means I can still show you all and what have. I might need to just making sure we are definitely going straight forward. I'm gonna have to turn those wipers off. So what I love about driving with real weather is the weather does change as it would do in real life. I think sometimes when you're driving this game and you're sort of on the same weather setting and nothing happens, it can get a little bit like, yeah, I am driving a game. I've actually done it this way before. I only just realised that this is the first time I'm driving this in this direction. Because I think the last time I drove this route was actually B7L. Correct me if I'm wrong, because quite a few of you will probably know that better than I do. But I'm quite certain it was the B7L I last drove this in. Oh wow! I think the one thing that really helps this livery, I don't know obviously how how replicated in real life it is, but it's the wheel trims as well. I mean, yeah, when you zoom in, they don't look the best, but it's like how the wheel trims look with the blue livery. It just makes it feel like such a dinky kind of bus. It's just I like the livery and I like the wheel trims on it. I just think they go together so well. I do also love how this asset's being used. I think what another thing that's quite good about this map is, although we've got all of these map creators that obviously have now the talents. Oh, yeah, you're going there. That have the talents to make custom objects and things. People like myself and others of you watching this. This map. Oh, you not? I was hoping you'd wash off. This map sort of demonstrates that maps can still look good and still be effective and still be fun to drive, even with using sort of pre-existing assets and paths and things like that and objects. And I think it's such an important aspect. I presume we're going by the retail park. There we go. Hang on, did that say us? Yes, it did. Good. Well, we're going this way now anyway, so... Enough, I did forget how much I do enjoy driving this map, because you just, as I have said before in previous videos, you just get so accustomed to driving the same maps that you just get used to. You get used to driving certain repaints, certain buses, certain routes, certain shifts and things like that. What I enjoy about obviously having the YouTube elements and driving on camera and things like that is it gives me a really good excuse to just jump into a random map and drive it. And I think that's what's really nice about it, is you'll all get to enjoy a video of me driving and me having a natter and showcasing a repaint to talk about some random buses and stuff like that. But then as well I benefit because I'm able to just have a little drive in a random map that I totally forgot about. And obviously get a bit of time, get an excuse to have a little bit of a time away from all my other offline jobs and commitments. So it works out nicely. Even in the rain, this repaint looks nice. I mean, albeit I would argue it looks a lot nicer in the sunlight, but it still looks pretty decent. Even though that's your priority, you're letting me go. Okay. It's got to be one of my new catchphrases now. Ooh, there we go. It's got to be one of my new catchphrases now, is that? Oh, let's not mount that curb. Ooh, forgot how tight it was here. I also must say that in more recent times, having spent a bit more of my time around streetlights, I have really begun to warm to them. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, and I imagine the YouTube comments, you'll all have your own opinions on streetlights. But I think through, like, sort of obviously the modding OMSI 2 and then being immersed around streetlights a bit more in the South Yorkshire region, I've really become a bit more accustomed to them and sort of accepted good ones and bad ones and found some interesting because they're unique in what way they're knackered or broken or being fixed or fast or slow, something like that. And I've just found them a little bit more interesting, although I put that down to the fact that obviously South Yorkshire has an absolute ton of them, and on the contrary, doesn't really give you much choice of other vehicles that much anymore. I mean, in Sheffield, they've just had another couple of Eclipses from Manchester. Doncaster's just had another couple of B9s from Manchester as well. The B9s from Manchester have arrived very recently. and hopefully we'll get a few more B9s and B9s and Eclipses from Manchester, because Manchester still has a couple of Eclipses. The ones I wouldn't mind are the ex-Gosport ones, the Eclipses. Just on a personal level, because I just think their interior refurbishment is absolutely lovely on them. And obviously, I just think they look very, very smart in the First Olympia livery, and then think they'd look incredibly smart in the Sheffield Blue livery. Just with sort of how bits and bobs are being edited. Hang on, I have gone the right way, Anna. Yeah, I have. Yeah, okay. It's guiding me back to the train station. Just had to double check that, because like, hang on a sec. We're going back to where we just come from. Oh, we've caught up a bit of time now, that's alright. Yeah, back to the train station we go. There's someone else wanting to jump on. There we go. And now we'll go straight to OMSI. Quite good for everybody who jumps on at the retail part, because I could have just gone, I can't be bothered, and skipped it. And we get to go back under the arch as well. Oh joy. We'll get a nice screenshot of the bus emerging. Get a nice screenshot of the grass. There we go, that'll do. There we go, and it's like the driver has jumped off and run away in fear. Yeah, that looks alright. There we go, I think we're nearly there now, and judging by this queue of traffic. Is anybody actually wanting to jump off? Because otherwise I'm up into the right hand lane. A, because I don't fancy queuing in the traffic, and B, because we are turning right anyway, so it makes sense. Is that Lombard? Yeah, that's Lombard House. Nobody wanted to get off there. They rang the bell afterwards. And then that means the next stop is Boot, and then the bus station. So we've done it. We've made it round, and in fairness, I think I've got the Smarden bug again. I think I'm going to have to do some driving around the tight roads and some of the tight routes a bit more. So these things happen when you drive maps like this. There we go, didn't mean to pop the horn. Off the bus, we off the bus. There we go, so that was that. We've got not in service on the blind, so we'll get everybody off and then we will attempt to find somewhere to park up out of there. There we go, that should do. As well as we're going to get parked and slightly touching the curb, but that'll be alright. There we go. And that was the 304 service on Smarden, a route I did quite enjoy driving. Do expect some more videos on Smarden coming in the near future, as I have got another streetlight repaint that I want to drive, as well as some other buses that I won't mind driving on here. Do keep sending in your bus vehicle, your bus map and repaint suggestions in, because I do love to hear from you to get ideas from what to drive, because I've got a few ideas at the moment, but they will soon dry up. So do keep sending in your suggestions, so I can obviously still have stuff to record. And there's also things that I'm driving that you're all interested in as well, as that always works out as the best combination. So for now though, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then do be sure to click that like button so that more people can find it and enjoy like you have. And if you haven't already, do be sure to subscribe to the And More Bus Videos YouTube channel for more content like this from the simulation section, as well as an archive of over 4,500 backseat and engine-focused public transport videos from the past and present from the UK and beyond. There's a video in there for everyone, and it includes quite a lot of vehicles that in more recent times have gone to scrap. So it's always something fun to do if you're bored, and to look through those archives. Do also go and check out the main and more central YouTube channel for more content from the real life bus industry, including some of my very new exciting series. So yeah, do go and check out that channel as well. For now though, I really hope you've all enjoyed this one, and I will see you all in the next video, mate. Goodbye for now. Bye.